Welcome. It's Real Estate for Real. I am Eric Pettigo here at the Real Estate Group. And a special guest today, and this is super cool because I always acknowledge when someone reaches out to me. Because you wouldn't believe how hard it is for me to get people to actually come on here.
I figured.
And you reached out to me, which I appreciate, and I encourage anybody listening who's like, yeah, maybe, just do it. Just reach out to me, let me know, and let's do it. But today, I've got a home inspector on the podcast, Zac Camille. Zac, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm glad to be here.
That's awesome.
That's it, man.
That's the opposite attitude I have from people usually. It's like, I don't know. I guess. Just, is it going to be bad? Are people going to actually see this? And yeah. People are going to actually see this. But
fantastic.
You are the first home inspector I've had on.
It's an honor.
So super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great.
So for starters, and it's okay if the answer is no, have you heard any of these?
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I've listened to a couple parts of multiple of them.
Okay.
But I haven't done like all the way through. But
totally fine.
Yeah, I don't have a long enough attention span to do that. So
totally fine. And so then how did you hear about this?
Yeah. So my wife is a realtor. So basically she was like, oh, she's on Jamie Winchester's team. And she's like, hey, Jamie.
Shout her all the way out, man.
Yeah.
What's your wife's name?
So Heather Camille on the Jamie Winchester team.
I know your wife's name. I'm just
fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, for the people out there. Yeah. So she was like, oh, look at these. And then I think I probably added you on Facebook or something. And then now I see your weekly videos and like, Giuseppe last week. I'm like, oh, I know Giuseppe. I'll listen to Giuseppe for a little bit. So yeah.
Giuseppe did a good job, man. It was fun having him
a cool
on.
Dude.
Yeah. He might, no, I had Logan Frazier on a couple times and say Giuseppe might be the youngest person who's come on here, but I had Logan Frazier on who I think is even younger.
Yeah, he's pretty young too.
But they've got to be about the same age. It's just, it's a crazy industry, man. It's getting younger.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you're getting older.
Thanks.
So that this like grows farther and farther apart. So I'm on the fire department and full time. So like when you come on, you're like the new young guy. And I've been on 8 years now. And like the guys that they're hiring in now are like 22. And I was that guy 8 years ago. And I'm like, man, I'm feeling old.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's weird to see these 20 and they're like born after 9/11. And it's like,
that's
you don't know what 9/11
right?
was? You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. So. No, I do that kind of math all the time. It drives my wife crazy. But people born after that are just fully grown adults now.
I know.
And it's crazy.
I know. It's wild.
So you're a firefighter?
Yeah, full time.
Yep.
That's my full time job. So
and that is so my oldest son just got his real estate license.
Cool.
And was also wanting to get on as a firefighter, but one of my clients is going through that right now. Like he's got on going through like the I don't know, the training, whatever it is.
Sure.
And my son talked to him and he said, it's so much running.
I mean, let's be honest. Being a fireman, you need to be in physically good shape.
Yes.
So it's more of a lifestyle, and the academy, it's like 6 months long, and so like every day they have PT, and it's brutal. It is, but that's part of the job too, though. But you know, once you get in good shape, it's not as bad after that. So
his situation is, I mean, he's been an athlete his whole life. He's in great. He's a big, strong dude.
Yeah,
in great shape, but he's got some knee issues, and so running long distances is bad.
Well, they don't really run long distances. Like it's not like you're pumping out 10 miles a day or anything like that.
All right.
He needs to do it. Absolutely. Especially with being a realtor. Yeah, man.
It goes together.
We have
well.
days off, a lot of days off. Hence why I'm doing home inspections.
Is it still? Because I remember when I was in high school, I went to like a career fair my freshman year.
Yeah.
And I talked to a firefighter, and she said it's 24 on, 48 off.
Yeah.
And I love that. The sound of that I love.
It's amazing. So I worked full-time in Lincoln for about a year and a half and then got hired on Springfield. I'm from Springfield. Ultimately, this is where I wanted to be. So I went from the 24 on, 48 off schedule to academy, which is every day, get up at 5 a.m., go to PT.
Yeah.
You're studying until 9 p.m. at night for 6 months. And I'm like, you go from a 24-48 schedule to like back every day. And I'm like, how do people do this? This is terrible. I do not like this at all. So, but you
got through it. And now here you are.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. So
it is still 24 on, 48 off, which allows firefighters to do things like a good buddy of mine and every realtor out there knows him, Josh Badman.
Oh yeah. Great dude.
Who does the radon testing.
Yep.
You know, it just fits perfectly.
It does. And I mean, I'm one of those guys, I like the hustle. So, you know, you're going to give me 2 days off. I'm going to fill it with something. So why not? You know, I've had a couple of different businesses and home inspections has been fantastic. Like it actually kind of works with being a fireman because we do a lot with like building construction and stuff like that.
Sure.
So it like all kind of just meshes together. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get to know you a little bit.
Sure.
You're from Springfield originally.
Born and raised right here.
All right. Where'd you go to high school?
Calvary.
Okay.
Kindergarten through 12th grade. Same building. All the way, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's so Calvary's got the schools out there like in town still, right? But now
the school's in town. Yep.
But they built built a newer church.
The church is
off the
also,
interstate,
yeah,
kind of.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. So graduated Calvary, and then what?
So I was a pretty typical boy that didn't know what he wanted to do with his life. So I just played the smart game and was like, I'm going to go to Lincoln Land.
Okay.
And I do not like school. It's not for me. Like that's why I probably became a fireman because I don't want to sit behind a desk all day. But went to Lincoln Land, was like, hey, I'll be a cop. I did like one class out there and I was like, nah, I'm good. And then it's like, well, what else interests you? So I love weather.
Okay.
So I did all my weather classes out there, got an associate's, and I was like starting to gear up to go to probably Western to get my meteorology degree.
All right.
Yeah. And then I had this awesome conversation with my dad one day, and he's like, what do you really want to do? I was like, I want to be a fireman. He's like, if you give it 100% and you're all, that's the best thing you can do. And I was like, so like my last semester at Lincoln Land, I'm like, I guess I'm taking fire science classes this fall at Lincoln Land. So didn't go to Western, obviously, and stayed and went to Lincoln Land for another year, got my fire science degree there, and
super cool.
The rest is history. So,
all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. Well,
I'm all over the place. And dude, it's like
you can be all over the place.
You want to do something that makes you happy, you know, and dude, firefighting is where it's at. So, yeah,
that's cool, man. I'm glad that that aligns still now with you because as a young person, I mean I didn't want to be a realtor when I was I was like 20.
Right.
I was working for my family's company. Mm-hmm. I thought that's what I wanted to do. That was just what was in front of me.
Yeah.
And I was good at it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that I could actually like love a job. You know what I mean? Because
100%
work is supposed to suck. Nobody is supposed to like work.
It does.
But it's, you know, if you're lucky enough to find something that you truly, truly enjoy and are passionate about, man,
100%.
then it's like
100%.
There's still going to be days that aren't, you know.
Yeah.
But man, it makes all the difference in the world. So
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So that's cool that you found that.
Right.
Okay. So then at some point, you said you had a few other businesses. At some point, there had to have been some sort of like construction or something.
Yeah,
right? You had to learn about houses.
Yep. So high school, my parents were the type that were like, "You're not sitting at home." So summertime, I worked construction for like 2 or 3 summers for Creasy actually. So,
okay.
Yeah, if you know Justin, I worked for his dad, and then my stepdad worked there full time, still works there. So that was my summer job. So I'm around building construction, and then obviously with the firefighting, like building construction is also a huge part of what we do. So, I'm still in that realm. And then we bought a house like 3 years ago that sat empty for 20 years and complete gut remodel. And my dad and stepdad are both construction carpenters. And just, I am, again, I don't like school. But like the hands-on life for me is fantastic.
We cannot reiterate that enough.
I don't.
I also
school.
don't like school. Right.
I am not a desk guy. So for me, it was like going out and doing it and getting my hands on it, and I picked that stuff up so quickly.
Cool.
So yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
So then, at what point did it click? Like, man, I should become an inspector. I should become a home inspector. What inspired that?
Yeah. So it's my wife. Again, Heather doing the realtor side of things. I'm going to all these events. She does a lot with car, and I get tagged along with her.
Sure.
And then doing
realtor
stuff.
spouse, man. The realtor spouse life.
Yeah. It's fantastic. And, like her friends and her team are also my friends now.
Okay.
And I go to these events and I meet all these people and they become friends. And, it's kind of like, well, what can I do with these relationships? Because being a realtor or being a home inspector, a lot of this is relationships. So
yes.
let's capitalize on that. And I had a business before this. Life changed, sold that business, and then got to a point where like, all right, I'm bored again. So what's next? And kind of pursued this, and it's been amazing so far. So
okay,
yeah.
All right. So what was the process like, becoming like licensed to be a home inspector?
Yeah. So Illinois is, I want to say, strict on getting your license. It's not something you can just go and take a quick test and here's your license. Good luck, man. Like,
yeah, thankfully.
And that's it, right? Is like some states, there's really no license to it. So I give Illinois credit on that. Like everything we do is through IDFPR, just like you guys.
Sure.
I did 60 hours online, death by PowerPoint, schooling. I think they were out of Chicago. So I did that. And then once you finish that, you take your final exam through that company. Basically, you're given the blessing. You have to do 5 shadow inspections after that.
Okay.
With a home inspector that's been an inspector longer than 5 years. They sign off on your 5 inspections. And then at that point, you file with the state. And then you go across the street right here. And you sit down on one of these things where there's 10 cameras on you and you have a computer screen and it's timed and you take a 150 question test.
You take the test.
Yeah.
Who did you shadow?
So I shadowed Mark at Be Safe.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did my 5 shadow inspections with Mark and he signed off on them and then went and took my test.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And what's cool too is like, so ICA is the company that I took or used for my schooling, and you can pay extra. It's a lot of money, but they actually offer weekends throughout the year where you go through these weekends with them and they will actually sign you off on those 5 inspections.
Okay.
So there's a couple different options. I was going for the cheaper option. So.
I mean, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
All right. So, now you're licensed, and approximately how long ago was that?
Oh, bud.
You'd know there are going to be so many questions.
Well, what's crazy is time goes by so fast. So let's see here. 2025. So 23 possibly.
Okay.
That probably sounds right. Yeah.
All right. 2023.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it took me probably 6 months to get through that schooling. So started in April and I think I took my state test in like September, October. So
okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So now you're at your license. You're licensed home inspector. You've done, everything's been signed off on. You've done your shadow inspections. You passed your test with your cameras.
All of it.
So you're not worried about this with the cameras and the lights here. This is nothing to you.
Well, I mean, that, like, when we do all of our medical testing for EMT, paramedic, all that stuff, like, it's the same place. So I'm like, I've done this before.
Yeah.
Ain't no thing.
I mean, EMT stuff. It needs to be a really high pressure situation to have you shook, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I've seen a lot and done a lot, and it's like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's time to get started. So where'd the name come from? Guardian Property Inspections.
Yeah. I don't know, honestly. I'm going to be super honest with you. Guardian's a cool name.
It is a cool name. The logo's pretty sick.
Yeah. I love Eagles, and I'm like, what screams like America and Guardian? Like, and it's got to fit with like the home like inspection realm. So, the Eagles like protecting. And
Guardian makes people feel safe.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
And so I have a guy that I used for my logos with my other companies that I had, and I reached out to him again, of course, and it's like, this is what I'm thinking, have at it. And he sends you like 10 different things, and you tweak from there, and I'm like, that's beautiful. That's it. So
awesome.
It was Guardian Home Inspections, and then the state threw a fit. So
really,
yeah, there was a company back in the day, and you have to wait a certain amount of time after they close. So I had to.
There was already a Guardian Home Inspections
in the state of Illinois. That shut down. But you have to wait like 3 years after they shut down.
So you had to go property inspections.
So property inspections, which leaves the door open for things in the future.
Sure.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be a home.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Right now it is a home. Like that's where we're at. So
how did it go after that? Did you kind of? I mean, it's got to be so helpful that your wife's a realtor.
So, and I want to backtrack too. So
okay.
I worked for Safe House for a good year and a half. So,
okay.
Yeah. So that's where I originally started. Was once I got my license, I actually ended up getting on with those guys, Dave and Jim, which fantastic dudes. I love them. They were fantastic for me as a new inspector. So I got experience with them, and my plan was honestly just to work for them. Like, I was happy where I was at. I'm not trying to do it, but again, I started bringing in a bunch of my own business, and I'm like, I'll just do this on my own, I guess.
Okay.
So that's that. So.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And there's like layers to this. So.
Yeah. and we got time to get into them. I just That's no. I'm glad you threw that clarification in there because I mean that's important. So you went to work for somebody else first,
right?
And then so you got some experience.
100%. Yeah, and it's great to have somebody. So for me, like, you can learn a lot with schooling, right? And this is even with a lot of things, but like till you actually do it, put your hands on it, and start doing it, things are different. Like real world experience is a lot different than just the book. So for me to have Dave and Jim, I could call and be like, what am I looking at right now? And be like, oh yeah, this is this. And
because they've seen it a million times.
Yes, absolutely. So it was very helpful for me to have those guys.
It's been a recurring theme on this podcast is how none of us really learned anything about real estate by studying to get our real estate license.
Yeah, right.
You study and it feels like school.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a test. That felt like school.
Uh-huh.
And then you get going in real estate, and then you start learning about the actual job.
The actual job.
Right? And I imagine it's the same, and it's with anything, but the same with what you do too.
Right.
Okay. So then when you did branch off out on your own,
right?
Did you kind of hit the ground running then because of the connects you had and the connections you've already made?
Yes. I mean, for me, it's nothing been short of a blessing. Like, awesome. It's just been fantastic.
Good, man. Good.
I started rolling officially almost so I've got to actually renew my LLC like right now because it's due. But it would have been probably October of 24. Guardian became official. Okay. I had my first inspection within like 2 weeks. Shout out to oh my goodness, I'm blanking now.
Oh.
This is what cameras do to you, right?
I just talked about how you're unflappable under pressure, and now here you are. That's all right, man.
I just got it. But anyways, I got an inspection within like my first 2 weeks, and then it hasn't stopped.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So.
Well, I mean, it's the sales in the last couple of years, the places are moving.
Yeah.
Right. And so a few years before you got going was, right after COVID. And I don't know how the home inspectors were eating then, because everybody was waiving inspections.
I know.
Everybody was waiving inspections.
Right.
It was nuts.
Well, I mean, you're getting into the realm of, do you want to buy this house? I mean, maybe no inspections is what you have to do.
Yeah.
So I don't recommend it, but I get it.
Neither do I. And I had buyers miss out on a lot of properties because they took my advice. Mm-hmm. And they all thank me for it later.
Yeah.
Because well, should we waive the inspection? No. I wouldn't.
No.
I mean, you can if you want, but I most certainly would not.
Would you buy a car and not take it for a test drive?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Yeah, and that's what I do is I come in and I take your house for a test drive.
Yeah.
Does this thing work?
Yeah.
And it's the biggest purchase you're ever going to probably make. So let's get something good.
And talking to contractor friends and talking to home inspector friends that were called in after the fact, mm-hmm. there was a lot of people. There were a lot of people buying houses that then had to pony up a whole lot of money to fix what would have been caught in a home inspection, but because they waived it, it was a competitive market.
Yeah.
That was just, I will say, and I love my fellow realtors dearly, but I never understood, I know you have to be honest with your client about what will help you get this house. If they're saying, I need to get this house. Whatever I have to do, I want this house.
Right.
And you say, well, you might have to waive the inspection to get it.
Yeah.
I pushed so hard against that during that time. So, and I'm just, what you guys do is invaluable to me, I feel like.
Sure.
So
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, well,
thank you.
Dude, it's so important.
It is. And what it tells me is you aren't there for the paycheck, right?
Well,
you have clients that you actually care about, and you want to see them get into something that's good for them long term.
Yeah.
And that's, me personally, that's what that comes down to is like, if you care enough about your client, you're going to be like, hey, you need to do this because I don't want you to spend $20,000 over asking or whatever you pay for it and then get into it and be like, oh, well, now we have to fix our foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. Because that's what a lot of people had to do.
Right.
And it's, we all care about our clients and this is our job. So this is how we get paid. But I would tell them that, listen, if we don't get it because you want to do a home inspection, so be it.
Yeah.
If there's a way to counteract that, when you make your offer, and we use these escalation clauses, and I'm using real estate terminology because you're married to a realtor, so know all this stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And let's say that the next best offer is waiving the inspection, but you want to do one. So let's not escalate by 1,000. Let's escalate by 3,000. Mm-hmm. So that gives the seller a little more comfort. And okay, they want to do an inspection, but it's still $3,000 more dollars. And so if something needs fixed, it's probably going to, so there's a way to still get these houses under contract and still allow yourself to get those inspections done to make sure what you're buying.
That's it.
Yeah. Right. So there's a, we learned all these things on the fly when the market was going nuts.
Man, it was crazy. And that's right. Like when my wife started, it was like,
oh, really?
Hey, let's start during COVID, like she worked for the state and, she was not having it. It was COVID and she was at home every day and was not happy. And I get it. And that goes back to our conversation earlier is like, what makes you happy?
Yeah.
So
is this making her happy? Real estate?
Yeah, she loves it. And when you get those deals that like you put the wind in your sail, and it just like fills your cup. Like I hear her say that a lot is like, man, that was great. And seeing those first time buyers get a house or that single mom get a house for the first time, like
you can tell she works with Bugos.
Yeah. Oh, Adam, we love Adam too.
Everybody loves Adam.
He's fantastic.
He's been on a few times.
He's knowledgeable too. So,
he is.
Yeah,
he is. We don't need to.
No, we're not talking
he's
him up.
Fine. Yeah, he's fine. You could do worse.
Love you, Adam.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been in business like a year now for yourself, right?
Yeah,
You've been doing
yeah.
this longer, but
Right at an ear.
but Guardian Property Inspections in business a year now.
Yeah.
Do you, let's see, how conscious of you how conscious are you of the way that you word things? Because a lot of times I have to warn my clients before the inspection comes back.
Yeah.
That it might seem like the sky is falling.
Yeah.
But these inspectors are just doing their job
Right.
of telling you everything about the house that they can.
Wording is everything.
Right.
It really is. And what's interesting nowadays too, even within the past year, is the AI stuff.
Okay.
So like I use a system now that is fantastic. Like I'm a younger guy and I love technology, and let's use it to full extent, right?
Sure.
So like I'm using AI to basically write my narratives, and the way it's wording it is fantastic because let's say 20 years ago, you're just writing it however, but now it's like today, I would say that on the legal side of things, AI is playing a pretty good effect in that. And then just the wording of it, like, of course I read through it and I'm like, oh, we're going to take that word out, or, oh, that sounds really good. And then also, again, my wife, hey, how does this sound? Like as a realtor, is this scary, or is this, because I still have to do my job. I still have to get the point across, but wording is, and again, like my job is not to scare your clients or give them a reason to run.
Right.
All I'm doing is giving them a report, and I want you just to know what you're getting into. Not to push you away, but really just to be like, hey, this is what you got going on.
Yeah.
Let's get it fixed.
Yeah.
But wording is huge for sure.
I mean, and it really isn't. So I always tell people, just brace yourself. Don't worry. It's going to seem, because everybody falls into this, well, this won't pass inspection. I said, well, there's no pass or fail.
Right.
That's not a real thing, right? There's nothing gets an absolute 100% clean bill of health.
Yeah.
12 years in, I've never seen it.
Man,
hundreds of deals, I've never seen it.
No.
New construction, still.
Done plenty of news this year, new construction, and you still find things.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're homes that have been lived in, and things are not always perfect.
No, and that's okay. We're not looking for pass or fail.
Yeah.
We're looking for, okay, what can you be made aware of going forward that may require some attention?
Yep.
What looks to be in total functioning working order the time being, and what needs fixed like right now.
Yeah. And that's it. Is I actually often refer to my clients as a home inspection as like a honey-do list.
Okay.
So like I just did one this morning, and I'm like, all right, here's your honey-do list. And basically it's a list of items in your home that you're buying that is either needs to be fixed before you move in because it's a health or life safety hazard.
Sure.
Right. Gas lines, CO, venting, stuff like that. There's things that we can do within the next month or two once you move in that they're not big deals, but I would address them.
Sure.
And then there's those things that, hey, you know what? When you get the finances together and you want to mess with this in a year or 5 years from now, perfect. Do it then. Like, that's okay. So
yeah,
it's a honey-do list.
And how often when you're there, because you meet clients at the inspection, do you have them show up?
I try to, as much as I mean, that's the best way. In a lot of the job, part of the home inspection really is talking to your clients and communication, right? So it's not just me, Zac Camille, the home inspector, coming in and giving you this doomsday inspection, right? Like, so I would love either I recommend meeting me once the home inspection is done, or let's do a phone call so we can talk through this together. Because again, some things are scary when you start reading things and you're like, oh my goodness. And really what sets a good home inspector apart, in my opinion, is how do you explain that to them?
Right.
Like if you can communicate to your clients what they're actually reading that might be scary, let's talk through it. And then from there we can sort it all out. So
people see, like, as an example, because there are certain triggers when people are looking at home inspections. So anything electrical freaks people out.
Yeah.
And so they'll see like a wire splice is not enclosed in a junction box. Oh no. Oh no.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
Run.
Whoa. And it's like,
no.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because the inspector is saying this needs to be fixed doesn't mean that tomorrow there's going to be an electrical fire and everything.
That's it, man.
Right. And so it's a matter of educating our clients, and the realtors who've been doing this in a while. We've seen enough inspection reports to be able to kind of, even though, I'm not a handyman.
Right.
I've got zero construction history.
Yeah.
But I've seen enough reports and have talked to enough contractors and inspectors to, for the most part, know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And for the most part, know what, like, severity of things and how to get people, like, back on board of, hey,
put those little fires out.
This is okay.
Yeah.
This is a relatively easy fix.
Yeah.
It seems scary, but it's not. And, like you're talking about, the good home inspectors will have those conversations too.
Right.
Say, hey, listen,
Yeah.
how often do you get asked though, well, how much is this? And how much is that going to cost? And how much is that going to cost?
It happens. And, you've always got to say, that's just not my area of expertise.
Right.
And you have to be okay with saying like, hey, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Right. Like, and with the home inspection, like within my report, it just says recommend qualified plumber. Like, ask the professionals that stuff. And, I think you can get yourself in trouble once you start putting prices on things as a home inspector because, well, he said it was going to cost $300 and they got a bill for $900.
Right.
The home inspector said like, let's not even go there. So yeah, I usually shut that down pretty quick. So.
Yeah. But you will never not get asked that question.
Oh, it happens. Yeah. All the time.
Like every inspection.
Yeah.
Ooh,
what's this going to
how much is that going to cost?
Yeah.
Talk to the contractor.
And it's like, hey, talk to your realtor and have them maybe put it in like a repair addendum. Maybe you can get it fixed for free.
Yeah.
Like that's
right.
And of course that's on your guys' side of things. But that's what I usually always just lean towards is like, hey, just talk to your professional.
Sure. So then now we've mentioned your wife a few times. And so you've got kind of an inside track on how we do our jobs.
Right.
But as an inspector, do you take into consideration the wording in our contracts where, like, for instance, something has to be what we deem a material defect?
100%.
Right?
Yep.
And so do you point that stuff out in order to help, like, the next step of the transaction where we negotiate repairs? Are you kind of like, this, in my opinion, this would qualify as a material defect versus this as maybe just a maintenance item?
Right. I maybe to a certain extent, but really at the end of the day, for me, I have guidelines that I have to follow.
Sure.
So with that being said, I think I would say that what my guidelines are do follow into what you guys can ask for. Mm-hmm. But if I'm doing my job correctly, I'm just doing my job and I'm staying in my lane. And then when I give that report to you, that's for you guys. That's your professional side of things to go X, Y, Z. We can ask for these.
Sure.
ABC, we can't ask for these. So, I think it works hand in hand. I don't think I actually look at things and be like, oh, that's a material defect. That's in my world, that's just wrong.
Right.
And I just report it. And then for you guys. And yeah, so like in my reports, I have maintenance items, which are one of those things that are fix it over time.
Right.
Then we have marginal that are like, okay, we have a drain line leaking. That's an issue.
Yes.
And a material defect, right?
Yeah, it's a plumbing defect.
But I'm not marking that as like, hey, this is a material defect. It's like, but I know with my knowledge, like, this is a material defect.
Right. That's going to be something that we...
Right.
Sure.
But I don't know the ins out of your guys' legal contract and all that stuff. So...
Yeah. Neither do a lot of realtors.
Yeah.
That's a joke. Hey, that's a joke. We're all very good at our jobs.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing. And then the other part about this, because according to our agreement, when we put the contract together, and there's a buyer inspection addendum attached saying that you're going to allow the buyer to do the inspection and either as is deal walk away if they don't like it, or the other option, which is ask for repairs and keep the deal in place.
Yeah.
The items that were up to code at the time of construction or installation that maybe are not now because codes are always evolving and changing.
Yeah.
Right? So do you identify those when because you have to flag those regardless.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
But then do you put a little note in that says likely was allowed at the time?
So the big one would be like when we're looking at electrical. So when homes were built in the 60s and before, whenever, 2-prong outlets, right?
Sure.
So
yeah.
this is one you've seen a bunch. We're missing the ground wire, right?
Yep.
So when this home was built, this was fine. This is what they did. And within my report, I will put, this is common for an older home.
Yeah.
Is it wrong? No, not really. It's just not how they're built now, and you don't have a ground wire. So
right.
if you want to go in and rewire your whole entire house, like, okay. But I don't recommend that. Like, I think that's just kind of silly. So
okay, yeah. But I mean, you do still have to point it out. Like
correct.
The other ones that pop up all the time right now, and these are all the time, the double tap breakers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, and here's the thing is, I've been in this long enough to know that some inspectors don't know what double tap breakers are.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of breakers that
Let's clear it up, man.
That you can have
Let's clear
two
it up.
wires go into. And it's very specific. You just got to know what you're reading and what you're looking at. And that's part of, right? So being a home inspector, everything changes yearly.
Right.
So like what I learned 4 years ago is some things are different now. So we've got to be constantly evolving with today's standards and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
So so there are breakers that are 100% double tapped, and then there's breakers that have 2 wires in them, and that's not a double tap. So you just got to know what you're looking at. Know your job.
Yeah.
Right? That's it,
So along those lines, because for us, real estate stuff is always evolving and changing, and rules and forms,
right.
And so every 2 years we have to do continued education.
Same for us.
I was going to ask, what's that? So it's every couple of years.
It's every 2 years. I don't know if it falls in the same years as you guys. We might be opposites or something, but it's X amount of hours that you have to submit to IDFPR, our favorite people, and give them your money and all that good stuff. But you get a license and they want you to be good at what you do. So it's kind of one of those things like, all right, this is part of it, and there's never a bad thing about a refreshing or learning something new. So
true.
Yeah.
And that's key in
right.
order to be able to kind of evolve and move along. So, for me personally, I could never do your job.
Yeah.
I could learn.
Sure.
Right. I could learn the ins and outs.
Yeah.
And I feel like now I've seen enough reports and I've been doing this a long enough time that I could learn how to do your job, but what I don't do, all right, can you guess?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Attics or crawl spaces?
Dude, I was talking to my wife on the way here, and I had an inspection this morning, and it was a crawl space, and I probably told her 6 times, I hate crawl spaces. I hate crawl spaces.
Yeah.
They suck. Cobwebs everywhere.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like the one this morning, I mean, there was probably like 2 feet that you could get through, but some I go and they're like basement size, and I'm like, why didn't they just make this a basement? Crawl spaces suck. Attics are attics. Fun fact. So about 2 months ago when it was super hot, I do all my stuff on a tablet, on an iPad. So I walk through the house and I'm doing the report as I'm doing the inspection. I'm up in the attic for probably 8 to 10 minutes at this point. I look down to do something on my iPad, and my iPad shut off because it was so hot.
So hot.
And I'm like, I don't know if I should be up here this long. So I went outside and cooled down, drank some water, and then went back up there and finished it and let my iPad cool down. So I'm like, this isn't great. So
no.
Yeah.
That's the part of the job that would have me like, no. The same reason that I told you my freshman year of high school, I was like, I think I want to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
And then once I got to thinking about it, I was like, ah, man, fires. I don't want to deal with that. Yeah. That doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah.
I like the 24 on, 48 off thing.
Yeah.
But the actual fighting of fires, no, I'm good. Same with what your other job. I couldn't do any of your jobs.
That's okay, man.
But
we're all different people. That's what makes the world go around.
I'm so claustrophobic. If I can't stand up straight somewhere, outside of like an automobile, I can't do it. I'll have like a panic attack.
Oh man.
And so when I'm showing houses and they'll be like, have you been in the crawl space? And I'm like, never.
Not for me, man.
Nor will I ever go in there. Like, if you want to look in this crawl space, I'll lift up the hat. You can get down there.
I'm right here for you.
Right. I'll. What do you see down there? But I'm not going down there with you.
Yeah.
Not by any means. Yeah. So, have you ever come across any, unwanted guests in a crawl space or attics?
I am terrified of snakes.
Ooh.
Terrified. And I live in the country, 12 acres, pond. I have gotten a lot better with them. It's just like they're so like unannounced. And then you look down and go, there's a snake right there. I haven't ran into one of those yet, which is fantastic. I know my time's coming because if you go into these crawl spaces, they're living in there. I probably just haven't seen them yet.
Yeah. But no raccoons yet.
No raccoons. No bats. I've had a great track record so far.
I'm sorry I brought that up.
No, I'm sure it's going to happen.
Yeah, because now I've jinxed you.
Fantastic.
Yes, you got any inspections later today because you're finding something.
I'm done today. Done today. This is it. So.
Yeah, I just, I go in even some of these like older basements.
Yeah.
That I go into, and it's like you said, just make a base. Well, some of these like older, 150-year-old houses will have like like maybe a 5-foot basement, maybe.
Yeah.
And I can't do that.
Yeah.
And man, the whole thing just has me. I'm ready to. All right, but speaking of those like really old houses, I'm curious because I just sold like 100 and let's see, it was built in 1886.
Wow.
Right?
That's amazing.
Super cool though, right?
Yeah.
So that makes it 40 years old, something along those lines.
Yeah.
I think I'm right. I think it's about 140.
Yeah.
But we got a home inspection done on it, and it was like surprisingly for that age, like remarkably well kept.
Yeah. That's
but
fantastic.
When you're inspecting like a really old house like that, do you change anything as far as, you still are going to point everything out?
My standards are my standards.
Okay.
We don't have a home inspection for a 100-year-old house.
Right.
Like it's all the same. Being able to note like, again, like this was common for when this was built.
Sure.
Yeah, that's one thing. But no, like windows are windows and HVAC is HVAC and plumbing is plumbing. Like it's all the same, and really it needs to be right. That's really what it comes down to.
Sure.
Foundations are foundations. If the foundation's wrong, it's wrong. Now, I have been in some super old homes as well, and maybe let's talk, because most of these are probably like older brick foundations, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Or you're dealing with
that's what they were using. Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's being able to notify like, okay, so this plaster's got some cracking in it. Well, guess what? This house has probably settled some. Like that's part of it. And that's, again, it goes back to me being able to communicate with the clients like, hey, this house is 140 years old here. Like you're going to have some settlement. You're going to have probably some seepage because that's very common, especially in Springfield. But at the end of the day, like, my standards that I follow and my guidelines that I follow are the same.
The age has no bearing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We go into these houses that are older, and there will be those cracks, and everybody's always worried about, oh, there's cracks. No, that's got to be. Well, what's that mean? It's probably sinking into the ground. No, it's normal. It's settlement. Or you'll go and there'll be like a little wonky area of floor, and it's like, well, the floor has got to be caving in because otherwise.
Right.
And I always tell people, like, look, I'm about to be 45. I'm sagging a little bit too. This house is twice
man.
as old as me.
That's awesome.
Of course it's going to be sagging a little. You know, it's just time and gravity, man. That's all that
good,
is.
Man. That's awesome.
You know, so
that's good. I'm gonna start using that one.
Right?
It's
you got a
just
few
part of
years
life.
before you can use that one.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. But that it is, and it's a way to, because people want zero blemishes. And it doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
No perfect house exists.
Yeah.
So it's our job and your job a little bit too to kind of.
I want the white baseboard, like paint it. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Like I'm sure you've ran it. Like some people are super picky.
Well, yeah.
And some people are like, I can fix this. So, yeah.
So, how do you go about? Obviously, you've got some ends in the industry already.
Right.
How do you go about trying to acquire new business? I've seen that you do some TikToks.
And it works. It's crazy. Yeah. So this right here, right?
Yeah.
So you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Like Zac Camille was probably never going to be like, I'm going to be on a podcast today. But, you've got to see certain things, and you've got to put yourself in situations and say, hey, like, that's going to be good for me.
Yeah.
And so here I am on a podcast. And Facebook, I've always used Facebook because it's free. And if you have a small business mindset and you like to see your buddy succeed and the people around you succeed, like, sharing stuff on Facebook is, in my opinion, one of the best things you can do.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, for me, it's like posting here and there. TikTok, yeah, that's great. I used to be big into Google. Google's kind of whatever anymore. But I think at the end of the day, I think the way you represent yourself and the way you treat people and the job that you do is the best thing you can do, because then those clients are telling people, everybody
you do a good job for, man, becomes free advertising,
and they
for
are
you.
going to be your biggest fan because they're, I know a home inspector, and it's been fantastic. And then obviously with the connections with my wife, like, and she's a phenomenal person and she has great connections because of who she is.
Okay.
And so I think right off the bat, they're like, oh, Heather Camille, I really like her. So let's give her husband a shot. And it's been fantastic. So,
cool.
Yeah. And so, realtors start using me and then they start talking within each other. And the next thing you know, I'm like at a point where I'm like, man, I'm really happy where I'm at right now.
Oh,
so
good for you.
Yeah, man.
So the growth in the year has been better than what you would hope.
Man, I tell you what, I think with me, like, goals are super important to place on yourself every year.
Sure.
You need to have a finish line, but you also need to have targets to get to that finish line. So for me, at the beginning of the year, I sat down and I'm like, what do I want to see in this business the first year I'm in business, right? And so I'm setting these goals of like, okay, I would be thrilled to do 75 home inspections this year.
All right.
Like, fantastic. That would be amazing to get to that point. I just did my 150th the other day. So, like, again, like, you don't know what to expect.
You don't know until you dig in.
You
right?
don't. But then again, like, I try to be professional. I try to do a good job, treat people right, be a good communicator, and I think from there it's just taking off, man.
Yeah, and you get a little traction, man. It's
been amazing.
That's how it goes. And I when I started 12 years ago, I mean, I was on Facebook, but it wasn't. People were still very much in like the advertising in print.
Okay.
Like
postcards.
Postcards, magazine, newspaper, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I built my whole business on Facebook.
Yeah.
My whole business. Awesome. That's how I got going.
Yeah.
I as soon as I got licensed, I made myself a Facebook page. I got as many people to connect with that page as I possibly could. So within the first, 2 or 3 months of me being licensed, I already had, I think, like 1,400 people that I was connected with on Facebook. And I reached out and like somehow touched every single one of those people.
Yeah.
And this was a different time and nobody was really utilizing it. So I was able to build my whole business just through social media and without doing any of like the traditional ways of advertising.
Yeah.
Can't say that so much anymore because if you get on Facebook, it's nothing but realtors.
Well, your side of things is probably for sure. Yeah.
And a lot of people, that's where
a lot of people cut on to your strategy.
And now I didn't invent it.
You didn't.
It was just
I'm giving you credit.
Around it, I appreciate it. It was around here, the social media part of it hadn't really taken off, but I've been broadcasting. I've been doing radio stuff for like over 20 years, and that's what I used. I used social media to build that stuff. Right. So I mean, for instance, I was advertising my broadcasting stuff on MySpace. So that puts you right.
I mean, I had a MySpace, but not very long. So,
but I was familiar with it when a lot of people, and when I got in, I was like 32 years old or something, and that was before there was a bunch of 20-year-olds getting into the business too. Yeah. Right. So most realtors were, older. 40 and north of 40 and stuff like that, and social media wasn't really a thing then for people in that demographic. So I lucked out. I hit the right time to do it, and it was something I was already pretty well versed in, where people around the country were already using it. It just it hadn't landed here yet as much. So in TikTok, I found it's useful. I do a lot of TikTok stuff myself, but as far as building business, TikTok doesn't hit like a local audience. No, it hits a national audience.
Right. I had a lady reach out probably a month ago now, and she's like, "Hey, I saw you on TikTok." She lived in Lincoln, and I'm like, "Fantastic!" All right. Now that's the only thing I got out of it, and I don't post on there enough. We can always do better, but I'm not really on there to get business off of it. It's more so just inform people of like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. Is this right or wrong? Yeah. So
same thing. Yeah. I don't think anybody on TikTok is calling me, but
no, I'm not that special.
No, I get some goofball in Colorado telling me that realtors suck and nobody's going to use them
or
anymore.
telling you how to do your job, right? Like, I'm a realtor and I know what I'm doing.
You don't earn your money. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me about my job that you're so well versed in.
Man.
So, but yeah, I mean, I would say keep doing that stuff. I mean, you're obviously on the right track. Are you looking to grow even more? Do you see a time where you're maybe bringing other inspectors on to
100%.
To work under
100%. I'm actively looking right now. Bring on another one.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like my goals again have been fantastic. And to reach my goals, they've been more than I expected. And my only goal right now is just to keep growing.
Okay.
So with that, for me to provide a good report and to do a good job, I can't have 20 inspections a week. So what does that look like? Well, that looks like another inspector to me. Yeah. That's a part-timer. I started this gig to be part-time, right? And it's turned into my full-time job, honestly, which is okay. Again, it's been a blessing. I'm not complaining. But I think if like this keeps going the way it's going and the market shifts a little bit for you guys and rates drop and all these, like these are things I'm thinking about right now as a home inspector. Like what does the next 5 years look like for me? And I think, that's definitely part of it. And again, with the fire department, like a guy that just wants to do 1 or 2 a week, he's got a full-time job, he's got insurance. Like, hey, here's a great way to make some side cash. Yeah, absolutely.
So if somebody out there listening is perhaps interested.
Yeah, absolutely. Reach out to me. I would be more than happy to guide anybody in the right direction, how to get started and what that looks like for them. And I've talked to some guys on the job on the fire department and they are interested as well. So,
okay.
It's just what it goes. But again, like I'm going to be very picky about this too, because you're representing me,
I understand completely.
I just can't have anybody come in here and being like, oh, I want to be a home inspector. Like, you're not the one I want talking to people.
That is, no. And I understand that, man, because my whole career, I've been a solo act.
Yeah.
Right. And I've been, why don't you build a team? And part of it is I had younger kids and it was a whole bunch because I know that when I get people working under me and representing me and my name, I want that done a certain way.
Right.
I want that to be just the same as if I was there representing that client.
Yeah.
And just like you're trying to build and expand, so am I. I'm going to start building a real estate team. And so I'm excited to do that. It's a new thing for me. I've been doing this long enough, but now my kids are older. One of them is a realtor now too. So it's time. So I'm going to start doing that. So if you're looking to become a home inspector part-time, get a hold of Zac. You're looking for a team to join, get a hold of me.
Is that like an official?
That's an official announcement you were here for.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah.
That's growth.
It's growth. It's time to grow.
You got goals now too.
I do. Yep, I do. So how long, so somebody wanting to get into it, let's just throw out there, for instance, maybe a 1,800 square foot ranch, 3-bed, 2-bath with an unfinished basement.
Yeah.
How much of a time investment is that typically, give or take, to inspect a house like that?
Man, there are a lot of variables to it. Obviously, a new home is one thing. A vacant home makes a huge difference. If I'm not working around furniture and other people's stuff, dishes, this and that, like that makes a huge difference.
Okay. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, like vacant homes are way quicker for me.
Oh, that makes sense.
The other side of it too is if somebody's there, like if the homeowner's there, because they love to shadow you. And I'm one of those guys, I hate to be shadowed, but I am the shadower when somebody's at my house. Like
you're that guy.
I'm a hands-on learner. So like I can watch you do something and literally I can go do that now. So like for me, it's just a learning thing. I'm not critiquing you on how you do your stuff because you're the professional, but if there's somebody there, it's like, oh, this is going to be at least X amount more time because of it. But that's probably when I schedule something like that.
Because you have to allot that time for yourself.
Yeah,
right,
because we use showing time and everything like that. And
Sure.
if I'm doing 3 inspections in a day, I've got to be able to do that. I would never say less than an hour and a half for me.
Okay.
2 hours and 15 minutes is usually the tops probably on something like that. But then again, like there's just a lot of variables in it. But yeah, I would think an hour and a half to an hour 45 would probably be that sweet spot.
Okay.
If somebody takes care of their house and there's not a lot of issues, it makes it a lot easier. So
yeah, I mean, that's why I was like, give or take, right? There's always variables with that stuff. So you, we'll call it 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right. Just to be safe. So you're there actually, and that's not counting drive time.
Correct.
Right. That's actually there at the house.
Correct.
So drive time will give you, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back.
Yeah.
And now you're in for almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then how long does it take you to assemble the report?
So this is what's amazing, right? So modern technology, again, I am all about it. And this was 5 years ago when I was looking at starting a business, it was either stump grinding, which is super random, right?
Okay.
But I like being outside. I like operating equipment, or it was being a home inspector. And I'm like, I don't want to sit behind a computer and do that for an hour each day for each report, blah, blah, blah. So I had started up on the grind tree stump removal, super successful, sold it. We bought that house, remodeled it. We had twins. And I was like, this is not the time for any side work. So stopped for a little bit and then started up home inspections because the software that I use, I do it all on a tablet.
Okay.
As I'm doing your home inspection, I am doing your report.
That all happens on the job.
And it makes everything. I leave the house, I hit send, and you have the report, and I'm done.
Just like that.
Done. It's amazing.
The report gets sent out, from the job, it hits the email.
I'm done.
Dude.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, like, I am the tech side of things, and for you guys, I know like those reports are important to get them sooner than later to start getting your repair addendums going. And that's what's sweet is like when I meet with my clients at the home, I'm literally opening up my tablet. We're looking at this together and it's the report right there. Yeah. Pictures, arrows, circles, all of it.
That's huge, man, because I haven't clicked on it yet, but we just got an email. I think they've updated our forms, and I believe if it's not this round, it's coming soon, but they're shortening our timelines.
Oh, no kidding.
Right?
Okay.
Like
yeah.
as it stands right now,
Yeah.
when you get a home inspection done, you have 7 days from the date of inspection
Right.
to ask for repairs.
Right.
And then upon receiving that request, the seller has 7 days to respond.
Okay.
I believe, and don't quote me, but I believe that they're shortening both of those to 5. Right?
And that's a lot.
Yeah, man.
For you guys.
That
for
is.
sure. Because, I mean, it's official paperwork you're filling out. And what do you want to fix and what do you not want to fix?
And so if we're getting a home inspection on a Monday and we're not getting that report until Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
And, what if your kid has a game that night or something?
Still have life.
Now there's 2 days gone, right? So it's like
Time of the essence.
yeah. So
sure.
if you're getting those reports pumped out same day,
Yeah.
that's pretty incredible and super, super convenient for us.
I pay for it.
I'm sure.
I do. I mean, it's not cheap for the system that I use, but I think that's a big part of my success this year is inspectors. I've had a couple realtors text me and be like, "Hey, I haven't got the report yet." I'm like, "It's been 2 hours." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I just got busy."
Come on.
They're like, "I know, we're just used to getting it right once their inspection's done." I'm like, "I know, I'll get it sent over here in a second."
It's been 2 hours.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of it, right?
Yeah.
I got into an industry where there's already some fantastic inspectors in Springfield.
Yes.
And some very good businesses that I have to compete against. How do I stand out? So, yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's cool. And there are, you said, there's a lot of really good inspectors.
100%.
And it's tricky. You say the same with realtors. There's a lot of really good ones.
Yeah. And there's a lot more of you guys. Like
so
us,
many.
our pool is a lot smaller. You guys, yeah, there's a lot of you.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
That's okay.
Yeah.
If you're good at your job, you're going to stand out,
Yes. Yeah, you're 100% right. So you got nothing else today.
Nothing today.
All right. What's the rest of your week look like?
Let's see. I'm on shift tomorrow. 'Cause
Okay.
I still have a full-time job.
Yes, you do. Another full-time job.
Yeah. Friday I have 3 inspections, and Saturday is another off day for me. So that's the second half of my 48 off, and I'm gonna try to go do something with my family.
What?
Yeah,
No.
I know, right? So
we talked about your wife a few times. You mentioned you have twins.
yeah.
How old are the twins?
They are just turned 2. Boy and a girl. Amazing. Our life is chaos. My wife is a superhero because she basically started real estate, and we bought this fantastic house that needed gutted in September. Found out we were pregnant, and she was pregnant in November.
That's
with
what we say
twins.
as husbands. We're pregnant.
Yeah, we're pregnant. Yeah. And she's still selling, but really she's a mom first, and she's put her life on hold for them. And, I can't thank her enough for that. She's given me the opportunity to work and do it. And yeah, so
That's incredible.
It's been good. Yeah.
Those are your only 2 kids.
That's enough, dude.
You gotta tell me. Yeah,
That's enough.
I know.
Right now that's it. I don't know what the future holds, but
Yeah, we've got 3, but they're all, our youngest just turned 17.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, but our 2 youngest, like when our daughter, our youngest, was born, our second kid, our middle son, was still in diapers. So not twins.
Yeah.
But we did.
Yeah.
We were changing 2 sets of diapers
Man.
simultaneously.
Yeah, dude. It's so expensive too.
We try to knock them out quick. You know what I mean? And then
why not?
And then I'll be 45 later this year. I'll be 45 with 3 adult kids.
You started young.
Yeah, man.
That's cool though. Like we were both
Get it out of the way.
30, I think.
Right.
So we had some fantastic time together before we had them, and
See, that's where we messed up.
yeah. Is it messed up or
straight into parenthood?
Yeah.
But we got time on the back end to where we're like,
now you're at this point where
we're
like,
not old.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. And you're gonna go and do life together and have fun, and you're not like, oh, we need to go to bed at 8:30
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh, we do go to bed at 8:30.
I do too.
Yeah. Sometimes earlier if I can. Depends on what time we're done eating dinner.
We put our kids down so early, and we have a little bit of time to ourselves, and then we're both in bed by like 9.
It's the greatest.
It is.
Man. I love just going to bed.
So what time do you wake up then?
About 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, I'm like a 4:30 kind of guy. Like I'm up and getting it done in the morning. So.
Yeah. I'm a slam. I feel like a slacker. I sleep till 6.
Man, that's a lot of sleep. Good for you.
But I don't hold on. But I don't. We go to bed, but I don't go to sleep.
You're in bed.
It's
but,
it's TV time, and that's when
You're
okay
settling
everything.
down.
I turn my phone down.
Okay.
Right, because I'll wake up. And
Well,
I'll be
you're
like,
probably on that thing all day long, I would imagine. So
yeah. I'll wake up in the morning and be like, oh, look at it. Client texted me at 11:30 last night. I'm glad my phone was turned.
So when
down.
do you shut it down? Like when it's like, all right, clients, you're not texting me after.
About 9.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah,
Good
about
for you.
9. I mean, depending.
Yeah.
And depending on the severity. We don't have that. Acting like I have any sort of a regular schedule is insane. I don't. It's sometimes I'm working, I'm on the phone, I'm talking, I'm texting until almost midnight.
Yeah.
And then it'll start again,
I've gotten a
By
couple
6 in the
inspection
morning, it's already
requests at
going.
like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
in the morning, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Go to sleep," And but
some people don't
everybody's
though.
different.
Like everybody's on these different schedules. Like one of my clients who's bought a ton of investment property with me, he's a night guy. He's up all night, and so when he was heavy on the hunt, he was sending me lists. I'm going to see all these properties, and it'd come through at about 3:30 in the morning.
The brain's working, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So anyhow, anytime somebody texts me like at 11, 12, I respond in kind at 6 when I wake up.
Yeah, man.
Like
you've gotta have your own time, and
yeah, but it's a little bit of a payback, right? Because I know if you're up at midnight, 1 in the morning, sending out texts, you're probably still sleeping at 6.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to respond then.
Right.
So
give it back to you.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good, man. That's awesome.
So far, I don't think I've lost any clients because of that. But
yeah.
All right. Well, cool, man. We're gonna get out of here if that's all right with you.
Hey,
we've put in over an hour. You've done a great job.
No kidding.
Yeah,
man. Hey, I'm not a big podcast guy, but I follow a podcast, and they always get a gift for somebody. So I was like, hey, I'm getting Eric a gift. Something that a home inspector would use. That's a multi-tool. You said you're not a handy guy, but now you have a really good Klein screwdriver.
My wife's gonna love this, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Dude, I appreciate you letting me come on here.
I didn't get you anything.
No, you don't have to. You gave me an opportunity to come on here and talk about Guardian
awesome,
in my life, and
you kept that hidden the whole time. I had no idea.
Well, I was supposed to give it to you at the beginning. That was the plan, and then I'm sitting here halfway through, and I'm like, "What's this thing in my pocket?" Oh yeah, yeah.
That's why it's so warm. All right. So, if how do people get a hold of you? Where can they find you?
Yeah.
Right?
So I have obviously Facebook. We talked about that. Zac Camille Guardian Inspections on Facebook, and then I do have a website. It's going to be guardian-inspectionsil.com, or email is ZAC at guardian-inspectionsil.com.
There.
Facebook.
You want a inspection done and get that report same day? Give Zac a call, buddy. I appreciate you coming on here. This was a lot of fun. It's been great getting to know you.
Yeah, man.
And we never met before this.
No, I met him 5 minutes before this started. So.
I said I want the listeners to get to know you at the same time I do. So, man, you did a great job. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks. Appreciate you.